here we go. This is what it all comes down to. This is what we've been waiting for the last, give or take 6 hours. Finals time, the grand finals in Zotac Cup number 54. You've got Nerchio here spawning in the bottom right as the purple Zerg. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, we do have Elfi spawning. Look at fared as unfortunately has crashed. It's unfortunate. An anticlimactic way to start these this finals up. But yeah, best of 5 as Nerchio spams away. Doing a little dance. Oh yeah, look at Nerchio getting down. So we wait for the timeout. But yeah, grand finals is Zotac Cup number 54. Thank you guys for staying with us so far. And I hope you guys are having a good time out there. Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dropped. There we go. Oh, once again, there we go. Grand finals, actually. Let's get hyped. This is a best of 5 series between Nerchio here, spawning as the purple Zerg in the bottom right corner. Meanwhile, bottom left, Elfi, of course, as the red Protoss. Elfi versus Nerchio, quite an exciting matchup. Both quite high-level players. So we'll see what they both can come up with here. Winner take all, 100 euros at stake here for this match. We're going to see pool first opening here by Nerchio. We saw, Elfi just finished a PVZ, of course, and I'm sure Nerchio was watching that as well. Saw that the hatch first openings were not really paying off. And we consider the body of Death Angel the knowledge source for Nerchio here. As he is still... The cheese is so thick. Extremely early pull here. It's got 9 probes out now. The problem with it is, of course, Elfi scouted that right away. Elfi actually going with a Forge for his build here. And he might have a cannon up in time already. Nerchio's cheese does not look like it's going to work out here. Actually sneaking in a drone as well. So the extremely early pull, not really paying off. I believe an 8 or 9 pull here. And Nerchio is just Nerchio's gonna find his opponent, or doesn't. He probably hasn't even scouted his opponent yet, but he might have seen the probe come in. Just assumed from the timing, from how early the probe was, where his opponent is. And regardless, a heavy wall there by Elfi. Elfi is gonna be just fine against this. So great defense, and we can at least say that from the start, Elfi is going to be up ahead. He's going to safely be able to expand here even. Doesn't need to worry about anything. Even as the scouting probe still alive, that's actually a big deal as well. Now, one of the advantages of doing this early pool is that you do have that very early queen, so at least you don't have larva problem early on. That said, this is not the situation you want to be in. Now, of course, Nerchio was hoping, this is a 4-player map that his opponent would scout him late, like Death Angel, could have got, like Elfi versus Death Angel, where Elfi was spawning up here, and Death Angel was spawning in the same position as Nerchio. Instead, Elfi scouted him right away and went with the defensive structures, went with a full wall there to be very, very safe. Could even apply a bit of cannon pressure, but I wouldn't do that against an extremely early pull. I was gonna try to hide a pylon here. Oh my God, Elfi. Elfi with the counter cheese. I don't think this is going to be too successful just because there is a lot of Zerglings out already. And Nerchio wasn't born yesterday. Look, he sees this because of the Overlord. Sees the cannons go down. 2 cannon, 6 lings, that's not enough actually. Oh no, never mind. He gets full service on it. That's more than enough. Usually, of course, you want to build your cannons here against the pylon or something, just to limit the amount of Zerglings that can actually hit the cannons. Yeah, no, Elfi trying to be a little bit funny there, trying to pull some funny business, but nope. Nerchio not gonna let that happen. Does he have a cyber core up yet? No, he's still getting a cybernetic core. Actually, Elfi is, as well as the second gas. And I gotta say, both of these players are probably not used to playing from this situation. This is a very awkward situation to play from. Not something practice. You know, everything in your strategy book is out the window. Yeah, the probe not able to get in. Zealot's now spawning on the outside. Are gonna find that they are locked out of their base. In the big bad jungle, which is Taldor and Maltar. We do have a roach follow up here as well as speed going now for Nerchio. So you know what? Let's look at the bottom line. We do see that worker wise they are pretty much even. These 4 Zealots are actually quite a devastating force at this stage of the game. Speed is going to finish in time as well as the Roach Warren. The Roaches will, I don't know, they might take a little bit of damage here actually from these Zealots. So he doesn't need to bring in more Zerglings. He's actually got 12 Zerglings on the way now. This should be more than enough to deal with this. He's got a Spine Crawler also coming up at the top, but it might get focused down by the Zealots before he can come up. Oh, it's going to be close. Nope, the Zealots are being kept busy by the Zerglings. He's trying to make the most of it. He's killing off a lot of the Zerglings, but still, it's not going to be enough. Too much damage coming out with the Double Queen and the Spine Crawler there. Zealots get Tango down. The Sentry's now actually up in this probe still. This probe must be fearing for his life. Imagine being this probe. Stuck outside your base like, oh, come on, guys. Come on. Let me in. Let me in. This is not funny anymore, man. Come on, let me in. Oh, and here come the Zerglings. Probably can't get anything done. You know, would lose a Zergling actually going for this probe. The probe comes on out. Oh no! Poor probe. 2 Zerglings by the dust in return now. So he did not die in vain. And he's actually taking down his own warp gate here. What did that warp gate ever do to anyone? The disadvantage of going with a full ball. He's keeping it at a very low life. He hasn't broken it yet. There we go. Now finally goes for the kill. Well, to be absolutely certain it was time to move out. Gonna have more than enough gateways out regardless. And a forward pylon now going down. There's roaches coming out already, so I think this the sentry attack, which he's looking at, probably going to be sentry zealot. It's going to be rather late. He can warp in stalkers though as well, so I mean he is on 2 base. So sentry stalker, it's going to be rough against the amount of roaches that he's going to be facing. It's going to need beautiful force fields pretty much. He's making his way forward. Going with that forward pylon, clearing the Zelnaga tower. So now his opponent knows what's coming, and actually is researching Burrow as well as Roach Speed. Roach Speed is going to be done in time. Burrow probably not for this to matter. Then again, make no mistake, the Zerg can delay here for so long with the Spine Crawlers, and yeah, look at that. 2 force fields, that's all he can really do. He can't really move in here. Pylon going down, it looks like, oh, look at that Twilight Council coming up as well as the robotics facility. Nerchio moving out, actually. Oh, picking off a free unit there. Gonna pick off the pylon as well. The probe, run away, run away. Killing off the pylon while he passes by. Does take a bit fire, and oh, misses actually, fails to kill the pylon there. Like we said, all the plays in the book were useless in this matchup. Is going to finish off the pylon there. There we go. Tango down. Let's look at Elfi. Elfi is actually getting hallucination, getting blink, and the +1 ground armor as well. Meanwhile, tunneling claws is going down. So Nerchio really wanting to rely on those roaches as well as pathogenic glands for the infestors, of course. So course, interesting to note that this +2 is not going down. It's going to be +1 +1 instead of +2 +0 +0. Yeah, whatever. The third base now going down for Elfi. And the Roaches moving in are going to be able to focus a lot of this down. Can force a cancel on the Nexus as well. There we go. Cancel and a force field going down. But there we go. There's a tunneling claws action. And there's no observer anywhere to be found here. There is one out, but it is way far away. There we go. Pop go to Roaches. Taking a few shots. Oh god, this tunneling claws is taking forever. Tunneling claws is not going to finish before the observer gets there. The observer gets spotted. The Roaches just unbar and run for it. Every Roach for himself. Well, a few Roaches try to go for the counter attack and actually managed to focus on the Forge there. That's going to hold the upgrades from Elfi. Elfi not getting that +1 armor done yet. So good cancel there. We're just, well, canceling the upgrade there by taking down the Forge. We are once again going to see Elfi try to expand towards his third. Nerchio already has his up. And I don't know. I think this is going to snowball out of control with Nerchio coming out on top after a beautiful engagement. You know, Elfi skimming on the observer, only having one observer out at that time. Could have killed off a lot of Roaches if he had an extra observer. Well, look at that ground carapace first, actually, by the Zerg. So he's going to have +1/+1 on his Roaches. Like we said, the armor was cancelled. You know, the Forge was sniped. So Elfi is going to have +0, well, +1, +0 for quite a bit. He's got a double Forge now to try to catch up on the upgrades, regardless. Probably not the situation he wants to be in. Using that Overseer there to... Oh wow, just one Stalker can actually reach it. It's gonna make it out of the way, but then, you know, from the other side probably you can get reached. Wow, they must have designed that exactly, you know, that little corner for the Stalker to move in just so it could get range on any kind of Overlord or Overseer hiding there. The hallucinated Phoenix is demolished. Nothing left of that. The Colossi now coming out for Elfi. Elfi adding a lot of gates as well. Already has that blink done, of course. Nerchio is checking with the Zerglings. Basically, he wants to poke, he wants to run in, see what he can get done, but it's not going to work out very well. He's going to kill a few pros, but that is going to be it. It's going to cost him a lot of Zerglings there to do very little. The little pokes like that are nice to slow your opponent, but you do need to do sufficient damage, otherwise you're just sacrificing a lot of units, because you know, you're attacking the third, so really there's not any tech here that you can scout. You don't really get much value when it comes to scouting information or anything out of it. So you need to do the damage, you need to get those workers down, and here we see Neural Parasite actually going down for Nerchio as well. +2/+2 being researched for the Protoss. And Extended Thermal Lens also going down. Of course, those Colossi with a +2 damage upgrade do so much damage. A lot of Roaches out here now. And this is going to come down to one competition. Look at that. Is this just where you try to get... yeah, this is where you try to get a really large army. Just build static defenses. Clean out your drones that way. Actually building a double spire as well. But like, there we go. There's a big Protoss Death Ball now pushing on out. Force Seals are good, but look at the Fungals. The Fungal has so many Stalkers. No blink action for them. The Roaches under a lot of fire. Neural Parasite going down on the Colossi now. The Colossi have switched sides. They are traitors. They now belong to the Swarm. And very nice engagement there by Nerchio. As far as Elfi know, it's a very gutsy expansion. Honestly, this is not an expansion I would take ever in these positions. He's trying to make it work, getting a lot of cannons out. The Overseer even, the Overlord even spots it. And yeah, likely Nerchio is going to move in and destroy this. Cannon's going to get taken down or cancelled, whichever comes first. And we really should let that finish. Yeah, now it's finished. He can't even cancel. There we go. Oh, Elfi actually tries to salvage it. Beautiful split there, making Fungaling very hard. But Neuroparasite going off on the Colossi once again. Look at that. Oh! Beautiful fungal there on the probes. Kill off a lot of them as they were being mated in. Regardless, the army just disappeared into nothingness. Very, very strong play by Nerchio. Very good use of that Neuroparasite. That is going to give him a 1-0 lead in this matchup. Managed to successfully transition out of that 9 pool into a macro game. So I gotta say, good play by Nerchio. You know, he really got his money's worth out of that game. That means 1-0, and nothing is done or said or done yet. No match point yet. Assuming this is a best of 5, so first of 3 is gonna win it. It was earlier. Yeah, I actually want to ask Nerchio when that the pool actually went down. Yeah, it was an 8 pool. That's what I thought. Craziness. Sorry about that. Yeah, you know, we're waiting for these players to get ready for the Elder Spectres to load on in. So yeah, we'll tune you guys out some music just briefly, but don't go anywhere. Game 2 is coming up next. Very shortly.